Hello, it's Andrew. I'm back with another book review. For those of you who've not seen it before, my videos are all unscripted. I just talk for a few minutes. Don't do any fancy editing, fancy graphics or anything. It's just me, my opinions, and the occasional prop. And today's prop is Autumn by Ali Smith, which is a novel which I finished reading yesterday. A bit closer. I don't think her name's very clear on the top of the cover. Anyway, yes, right. Well, first thing to say, if I don't know if you can see that, who knows? Nice big print. 264 pages, and I read it just over a week. So that can't be bad. I'm a bit of a slow reader, but big print helps. Now, the novel caught my attention for two reasons. Firstly, Ali Smith, I've read one of her previous books. I'm looking at the back of the cover, and if I zoom in there but not too fast, How to Be Both, which came out a few years ago, which I've read, very impressive. Also, Autumn is the start of a quartet series of 4 novels with the titles The Seasons of the Year, and this one has been sort of celebrated as a Brexit novel. Basically, I try not to give too much of the story away for people who haven't read it, but are thinking about reading it. It tells the story of 2 people, Elizabeth, who is a woman in her early 30s, and Daniel, who's 100 years old. They've known each other since they lived next door to each other when Elizabeth was a child, and they'd had a long-standing friendship. And during the time of the story, Daniel's in a care home. He's basically reaching the end of his life, and Elizabeth is fairly frustrated by petty bureaucracy, her mother, and Brexit. It's not. It's hard really to describe the book. It's a lot of the story is the story of Elizabeth and Daniel, the older chap. Incidents both of their friendship and other parts of their lives told in flashback. A lot of it involves Daniel's dreams, and they're quite vividly conveyed. Ali Smith does write a very sort of colourful and very evocative and quite entertaining prose, so I really like that. As I say, the way it casts it's basically it reflects on the state of Britain and the arguments of people over Brexit. Basically, although it's called Autumn, a lot of the book's actually set in the summer of 2016 and the weeks immediately after the Brexit referendum vote, and then the story sort of drifts into the autumn. It's very good. It's very interesting, and as I say, I did like the colourful narrative. There's quite a few things about the Profumo scandal and Christine Keeler, which is a sort of a historical event I'm very interested in, and that's sort of weaved into the story via. Actually, if I show you the front cover again, there's a David Hockney painting on the front cover, and then I don't know how clear this will be. Inside the back cover, there's a painting by a lady whose name is Pauline Boty. Is it? I'm still not quite clear on this one. Pauline Boty, who's news to me. An artist from the 60s, and basically Daniel and Elizabeth both are interested in her work, and she sort of does a painting of Christine Keeler, and that sort of turns up in the story. Yeah, so it's me hesitating. It's quite a it's not a straightforward start, middle, end story. There's quite a lot of sort of, let's say, flashbacks, but it's a very interesting read. You never quite knew where it was going. So in summary, yes, I would recommend it. If you've read How to Be Both, then you'll be aware of sort of the style Ali Smith writes. If you haven't read either book, I would actually say How to Be Both is probably the better of the two, although quite a bit longer. Or totally just read both of them. Anyway, thanks for watching, and no doubt I'll be back with another book review or another video about something else before too long. Thank you. Good night.